Hello and welcome to Committee and Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, September 1st for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2017, found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers face the Framingham Flyers in the 9th annual preseason Joey Laracey Bowl. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is the color man who loves the Panther football as much as I do, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, this is a preseason tune-up for these two teams, but in some ways it feels like the season opener.
Yeah, it does.
What do you think we'll see tonight?
Well, I don't think you're going to see everything, Tom. I think both coaches are going to hold back a little. You're probably going to see a lot of running. You might see a few long passes by Holliston, especially, and you'll see probably later on in the game, like in the third game of the preseason in the NFL. You know, they'll put new guys in. But right now, you see a little bit of it, and there is a little. I think both of these teams want to have a good showing here tonight.
Captains out for the coin toss. Number 1, Ryan Benko. Number 5, Mike Nash. Number 7, Brad Seymour. Number 32, Ben Thomas. Number 54, Scott Elliott. Number 55, Alex Kelly. And number 72, Will Solorier.
Well, the last time Holliston played, they faced this same head coach, and who has left Westwood and are now coaching here in Framingham.
Ed Manti, 6 seasons with the Westwood Wolverines, 45 and 22, a 67% winning percentage. He was 6-5 against Holliston. Last year, Framingham was 1-10, scoring just 13 points a game and giving up 31. So they've got a bit to turn around, but they've got good numbers with about 100 players, looks like, lined up tonight. Panthers are going to receive the kick. Holliston comes into this, last year, Holliston with a 9-2 record, averaging 33 points a game and giving up 18. Todd Kiley is the head coach of the Panthers in his 14th season with the Panthers. His record's 124 wins against 37 losses, 77% winning percentage. And the Panthers line up in their 73-7 formation. 73 for Joey Laracey and 7 for Timmy O'Connell as we get ready for the national anthem. And the voice of the Panthers, Andy Porter.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And good evening, Panther fans and our visiting friends from Framingham. Coach Kiley and the Holliston football family would like to welcome you to Committee and Field for the 2017 Joey Laracey Bowl between the visiting Framingham Flyers and your Holliston Panthers. We would like to extend a special thank you to Paul Spears and the Framingham Flyers community for their annual support in making this night a lasting memory. Tonight we celebrate the life of Joey Laracey and what he means to the Holliston football family. Joey's spirit, heart, and attitude is the cornerstone of the foundation that each Panthers football team has been built upon. All donations made tonight will be given to the American Heart Association in Joey Laracey's name. Let's all get it done Joe's way tonight. The Panthers are in their 73-7 formation. We would ask that you now please rise. Players, remove your helmets as we celebrate the spirit of America with the playing of our national anthem.
And now Carlos Canto, HCAT's in-house statistician, with Los's pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Last year, it was the Panthers coming away with a 45-13 victory over the Framingham Flyers. Senior quarterback Jack Barrett had himself a game, 5 of 9 for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. Also carried the ball 9 times for 100 yards even, also 2 touchdowns. So it'll be interesting to see who steps up in this final preseason tune-up of the season.
It's a preseason game and doesn't count in the standings, but it's played like a game. We're going to have all kickoffs and punts. We've got the officials out here on the field and up in the booth. The only thing that won't happen is they will not have any runbacks by kick returners either on the punt or the kickoffs.
Well, you know, Tom, this is the total dress rehearsal for Holliston. They do, and for us too. The team does everything. The timing, what they're going to do throughout the day, everything is exactly the same as Coach wants it done during the regular season.
Back to receive the kick for Holliston, number 7, Brad Seymour, number 5, Mike Nash. Seymour gathers it up over the shoulder. Referees blow the whistle, and they're going to place the ball for the Holliston Panther offense to take the field.
Oh, heck of a kickoff there by Framingham.
This is the first time we're getting a look at the Panthers in their uniforms. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the first time we see them, it's Brotherhood night, and the players each exchange uniform jersey numbers with one of their friends on the team. So at quarterback, number 1, senior captain Ryan Benko. Get you the rest of the players out there in a minute. Benko with the fake, looks downfield, fires, incomplete. That was intended for number 7, senior Brad Seymour.
Talk a minute about Ryan Benko. You know, we saw him in the a few of the passing league games, Tom, you and I went to, and we saw him in the Franklin scrimmage, and he really looked pretty good. You know, it's kind of interesting to see how these kids mature and grow over the course of the years, and I was always kind of a little I was wondering a little bit how well he'd pass the ball. He played very, very well throwing the ball in both the passing league and in the scrimmage.
Second down and 10 for Holliston. Handoff to number 5, Mike Nash, around the right side. He picks up about 5 yards. Be second down and 5.
And Mike is the one. He's the speed guy right now. There's a lot of speed on this team. And one thing we'll talk about probably a little bit later is the speed that the offensive line has too. But Mike's the speed. He's got a lot of it, and you're going to see him a lot both in the passing and the running game. Running
back behind Benko is number 34, sophomore Dylan Ibbotson. So third down and 5. Benko to pass, fires, complete at the 45-yard line, and a first down to number 9. That is senior Kevin Quinn. So the Panthers near midfield. Good conversion there. Ibbotson moves to Benko's left. Handoff is to Ibbotson. His first carry of the night picks up 2, second down and 8.
We got to talk at Media Day with Coach Perry and his whole offensive line, and I'm not sure they have quite the size that they've had, but the speed is there. He was very impressed with the speed of each of these guys, and of course they do have some really big guys, but they've made some changes on the line, and they're hoping for another good, strong year.
So second down and 7. Benko looks left, back right, connects. That catch was by number 3, senior Jake Armstrong. Armstrong last year with 7 receptions for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. That'll bring up a third down and a long one.
Yeah, and I think they're going to count a lot on Jake this year, Tom. He's going to be one of the main targets for Ryan Benko.
So Armstrong to the right, number 3. Number 5, Mike Nash to the left. Benko puts Quinn in motion. Ball's on the ground. Holliston able to fall on it, but that's going to bring up a fourth down and 5.
Yeah, and right here, Holliston will go for it, obviously. They probably would anyway, even in a regular game, but they definitely go for it tonight because they want to get this offense, up to speed with everything. They want to show them. They want to see what they're going to do on fourth downs, how the kids are going to respond to fourth down situations.
Up front for the Panthers, number 54, junior captain Scott Elliott, number 72, senior Will Solorier, senior captain number 55, Alex Kelly, number 53, senior John Canal, and number 50, the center, junior Will Crowley. Benko looks right, fires, complete right at the first down marker, and he's got it, and that's Armstrong.
And that play is good for another
So we're seeing this short passing game, which they can. But I'll tell you, at some point here, they're going to open it up because Ryan Benko does throw a pretty nice deep ball.
The other player I didn't mention up front, number 7. Number 7, Brad Seymour in the right slot. Benko rolls left, looking downfield. Just overthrows Kevin Quinn.
Double coverage on Kevin Quinn there, and nice job by the defensive backfield of Framingham. You know, one of the things that these coaches want to see, and of course, Coach Kiley, he always has scrimmages and games like this against as tough opposition as he can have. Even in the beginning of the year, Tom, when he has his basically his free games that he can get, he always wants to get tough competition because what he's trying to do is get his team ready for the regular season and also ready for a potential playoff run. And in the playoffs, you're going to see nothing but tough competition. He wants his team to be very used to being able to play against those.
Armstrong and Seymour to the left. Quinn and Nash to the Quinn in motion, fake to him. Benko keeps it. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, spins forward for 1. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. 9 for the Panthers.
Yeah, Ryan just had one more step and he would have got to the outside. That would have been a big gainer. One of the things with this offensive line, too, is that Coach Perry said they work very, very well together. They're a very close unit. You know, they're very good friends. They hang out together, and you know, that's what you need is that great cohesion on the offensive line in order to be able to make your blocks and free up these backs.
Ibbotson moves to Benko's left. Benko looking downfield, fires to his right, complete to Kevin Quinn. As Quinn came all the way across the field from the left side of the formation, and another Panther first down.
Really nice job by Quinn coming across. First of all, let's give that offensive line some credit. As I just talked about a minute ago, they gave Benko a lot of time to pass and allowed Kevin to get all the way across the field. And Ryan made a nice pass to Kevin and made the catch and got the first down.
6:33 to go in the first quarter. The Panthers are rolling on their first offensive drive. Benko fires, bounced up in the air and caught complete. Number 7, Brad Seymour's inside the 10.
Well, that's the old baseball player right there, you know, with those good hands, Brad Seymour.
So the Panthers with a 1st and goal inside the 5. That looks like the ball's at the 4-yard line.
Great fake, too, by Ryan Benko on that play.
Handoff to Ibbotson, cuts off the right side, big hole, touchdown, Panthers!
Okay, so what did we see there? We saw a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed. That's what we're going to see, you know, and maybe more than the last few years, it looks like you might be seeing a little bit shorter passing game. It's not a dink and dunk, but a little bit shorter passing game. But like I said, he can throw the long ball if he gets the chance.
Lining up for the extra point, number 30, Connor Mulvaney, sophomore. Benko with the hold. Mulvaney's kick is up and good. So 6:04 the first quarter. Panthers up 7-0 as they put together a 70-yard drive to score on the first time.
Yeah, and Connor Mulvaney's already outscored his brother, who played for 4 or 5 years here for Holliston, right?
Right.
He's ahead of him 1-0. That was a nice drive. Very nice drive by Holliston. Well executed. And a couple big 3rd downs and a 4th down that they needed to make, and they did it.
Got to give a shout out there to the long snapper. People forget about the long snapper. We've seen some great ones, though, come through the program there. That was number 10, junior Matt Tomaselli, who's the backup quarterback as the long snapper. And I was telling you before the show, that was my position as a freshman backup quarterback as I tried out for long snapper, and that's what I did. Got to mix it up with the big guys.
I was just going to say, you know, you do get, and I know the quarterbacks always appreciate those big guys up front, but you get a little bit more of appreciation for it when you get down there in the middle of it for a number of plays during the ball game.
So Mulvaney tees it up on the 40-yard line. His kick is a strong one that comes down at the 15-yard line.
Now, one of the things we didn't see, we talked about the passing camps and I talked about the passing league and, of course, the scrimmage. We haven't seen the kicking game at all. And right now, Mulvaney looks like he's got quite a leg, especially if he's just a sophomore.
Yes, he does. Get a look here at the starting defense for Holliston. First and 10 for Framingham. Low snack picked up, handed off to number 26, who I believe is senior running back Cam Haugebrook. Canal, number 53, on the tackle.
Holliston defense with some size up front and an experience there at linebacker is going to be a big help this year.
Second down and 9 for the Flyers. Long pass to the left side, complete. Tackled by Lamont, but not after a big gain.
Well, Cam Lamont,
that's why you throw deep.
Well, you do, yeah. And Cam Lamont actually, you give the quarterback a lot of plus on that pass. It was beautiful, laid right in. Cam Lamont was playing almost perfectly. He was right there, so it's not like he got beat too badly. And nice throw and nice catch.
No, you can't beat a perfect throw. So first and 10 at the Panther 35, and Haugebrook is thrown back by the Panther defense.
And that's that response you see a lot of times from Holliston. If they give up a big play and then they just kind of like come all together all at once and they just end up having a play where they send them back 3 or 4 yards.
Well, up at the nose tackle, number 76, big Riley McGettigan, senior. So second down and 14 for the Flyers. Pass into the flat. This time Lamont with a quick tackle for their short gain. Looks like it's going to be a third down and 10. Also up front for Holliston, 74, sophomore David Harding. Number 72, Will Solorier. Also I see out there number 2, Henry Naughton. Number 7 is Brad Seymour. 5, Mike Nash at one cornerback spot. Lamont at the other one. Getting used to this mix of numbers. So third down and 9 actually for the Flyers. Flag goes flying. Pass incomplete. Also out on defense, number 22, sophomore Sean Keast.
Tom, we see a lot of these, a lot of the sophomores coming in here, and one of the things that Holliston has been so fortunate with especially the last 2 years with Joe Santos and Tom Levesque, is 2 undefeated freshman teams. And these guys come up. Of course, they start with Tony Bellomo and his Pop Warner group, and they come up here and they know exactly what to do. And this gives them the opportunity to be able to play in sooner than a lot of other kids would have on other teams.
Also number 25, sophomore Mitch Gimblett. Elliott and Crowley check into the defensive line for Holliston. Fourth down and 9. Pass up the sideline, incomplete. Good coverage there by Naughton and Lamont. And Panthers will take over on downs at their own 34-yard line. 3:31 to go in the first quarter. Panthers lead the Flyers 7-0.
Well, the defense held there, and like you said, they are young. This is one of those years when you've gone these last 3 years with losing a ton of ball players, but they just keep reloading and reloading, and give these sophomores a lot of playing time now, and they're really going to be something mid-season and on.
Yeah, well, when we talked to Coach Perry yesterday, he was saying about players playing different positions as well. Linebackers, Cannell and
Kelly yep.
moving up to play guard this year.
And that, Alex, Coach was talking about, Coach Perry, how they went and they talked to Alex. Alex was a running back and a linebacker last year. Of course, he's keeping that middle linebacker job, obviously. He's really, really special back there. But for a kid going into his senior year who's been a running back, to be able to, come out and say, I want to do whatever it takes, Coach, to make this team win, and I'll move to the offensive line. And that's really special, A lot of people just say, well, yeah, good for him. But it's really something, You wait all your life to be able to be that senior year, that running back.
Right.
And you come in and you sacrifice for your team. There's a lot to be said for that. And that's when you have captains like that, they kind of set the tone for the whole Holliston experience here for the football team.
Right. Well, and it has paid off. I talked about it in our preseason show that we taped and still got to hit up on HCAT, is that Holliston has the best record in Massachusetts in the last 8 years. More wins, highest winning percentage. It speaks something to the character and performance of these players on the field. Benko on first down, chased out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Flag flies behind the play.
They're going to call a block in the back there by Holliston, but he should have really got his head out in front. There really wasn't any need for that block because Ryan had turned the corner. But you get out there and you really want to help your quarterback or your running back in the open field, but this is going to cost Holliston.
Looks like he picked up about 5 yards, so they'll mark it from the 39 back to the 29. So we'll do first down again. It'll be first down and 15.
First down and 15 with the ball now spotted at the Panther 29-yard line.
It's a spot foul.
.320 left to go in the first quarter, and the clock running.
Ibbotson moves to Benko's right. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Blitz comes from Framingham, and Benko pulled down for a loss back at the 20-yard line.
That was a tremendous blitz. That is exactly how you want to come across that end like that for them. Of course, Holliston didn't have anyone to come in to even give him a chip block, but boy, oh boy, he turned on the guns. And Ryan Benko is a heck of an athlete. He's very fast. To be caught like that from behind that kid right there is really something special, whoever made that tackle.
So 2nd and 25 for the Panthers. Put 2 receivers to both sides of the formation this time. Benko on the draw play. He gets back those yards and more, breaks to the outside. He's got a first down as he crosses midfield and into Flyer territory.
And that's the speed I was talking about with Ryan, very athletic with a lot of speed. And the other thing, Tom, he's a very smart football player. He understands the game. He can read what he needs to read there. He read his blocks and very well there. And Holliston here once again, you got a kid who can throw and a kid who can run, and they just keep coming up with these kids every year.
So 2nd and 25 turns into a 35-yard gain and a first down in Flyer territory. 1:56 to go in the first quarter. Benko comes back to the right to Nash, slashes across the 30 and could sneak away. He broke a couple of tackles there, but is brought down inside the 20-yard line. The Panthers are in the red zone.
Well, you can be fast, but you also got to be strong, and you got to have good balance. And he showed both things there. He was able to kind of break some tackles, and he kept his balance. He didn't falter to one side or the other. It was tough to bring down. And if he can do that this year, along with his speed, he's going to be a special player.
So a catch and run for another 25 yards gives the Panthers a 1st and 10.
And also some really nice downfield blocking there, too.
So they're at the 14-yard line. Number 12, Anthony DeZindelet checks in at wide receiver. Handoff is to Ibbotson off that right side.
They love.
Looks like he crossed the 10.
That offensive line loves run blocking, and if you're new to the offensive line, like Alex or something, that's what you want to do. You want to be very aggressive. You want to go out and hit that guy in front of you and move him instead of sitting back and waiting for him to hit you in the passing game.
2nd down and 5. They go to Ibbotson again. This time he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Actually a loss of 1, so it'll be 3rd down and 6. Clock running with 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Panthers leading 7-0.
Looking for something maybe in the flats or something to the outside.
Benko fakes to Ibbotson, rolls right, fires into the end zone. Looking for the signal. Touchdown, Panthers!
That was a great catch. I didn't see who number 3.
9.
Was it 9?
Kevin Quinn.
Kevin Quinn. That was a heck of a catch. That's where all those passing leagues and training camps and everything, that's when they really mean something. You know, kids are coming in today. I mean, back in the day when we played football, you'd come in, this would be your opening game. You hadn't any. These guys play it all through the summer, and that helps them. Mulvaney here for the extra point. Nice job.
Kick is up and good. And at the end of the first quarter, the Panthers lead the Framingham Flyers in the Joey Laracey Bowl 14-0. And it's time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by HollistonFootball.com. All Panthers, all the time. Got a couple of quotes from Coach Kiley in the newspaper articles. First, he said, there's a lot of fresh faces this year. I feel like the talent and potential is there. The commitment is there. This is a hungry group. Now it's time to go out, have some fun, and see hard work come to fruition.
You know, it's interesting. Well, this is one thing we talk about a lot in these sports at the beginning of the year. When you're a senior, a lot of these seniors now are getting an opportunity to play a lot more than they did in the past. This is your year, and there's something about, I don't know if it's you feel a ownership or a privilege or responsibility, whatever it is. When you're a senior, you you turn everything up a little bit, and I think they're going to see that. On top of that, you got a lot of talent coming up from the last 2 freshman team. It's a good mix now. But the other thing is, and we'll look at the kickoff here.
Mulvaney with the long kick, taken at the 15 to start the second quarter.
The other thing here is, Tom, what you have is a tremendous coaching staff. They've been together a long time. They know each other. They respect each other. I talked in the yesterday, and we did our preseason show about the consistency of this staff. But I also should talk about the creativity of this staff and how they're, no matter what you throw at them, they come back with something else. And they're very creative, good football men. They really know what they're doing. And that also helps these kids develop when you know you're getting good, strong coaching.
So 1st and 10 from their own 30 for the Flyers. Hogebrook with the pitch. He was in motion. Picks up maybe 2 yards.
Nice job of contained by Holliston on that one. They turned that play in.
Holliston going with a 3-man front, Jay.
Yeah, yep.
Seems like they might be mixing it up a little bit, but they've got Magedigan in the middle with Elliott on one side and Crowley on the other. And then they bring up Naughton, number 2, up to the line of scrimmage, but quarterback rolls right for Framingham and fires incomplete. Covered by Armstrong.
Nice coverage by Jake right there. He stayed with him step for step. And, you know, if he does that most of the time with his capability, his size, he'll be able to knock the ball away if it's anywhere near him.
David Harding, 74, and Soloyer, 72, switching in. Like the way the Panthers are keeping their linemen and backs fresh here. So 3rd down and 8 for the Flyers. Fires across the middle and caught by number 82. Nice grab. And a 1st down for the Flyers.
Looks like we got something, penalty here maybe?
Referees with a little discussion. And I didn't see a flag on the field.
Oh, there you go.
Procedure penalty against Framingham. Well, you know, this is why the teams are playing this game, playing at this pace. This feels like a game. Even your scrimmages, you know, it's just not the same. You run 10 plays in one direction, 10 plays in the other direction, you know. You know, this is where it counts. You got to get that timing down. And we got a timeout on the field with 10:15 to go in the 2nd quarter. Panthers leading 14-0. We'll take a quick break. Okay, and Los with a stat update.
Yeah, very good first quarter from quarterback Ryan Benko. 7 of 9 for 103 yards, including a touchdown.
Thank you, Los. So 3rd down and 13 for Framingham. 10:15 to go in the first half. Holliston shows blitz, but then backs off. Framingham lofts it up deep, but great coverage by Lamont.
And a nice job by that defensive line getting in there.
All the ingredients you'd like to see. A little pressure and good coverage.
Yeah, you like to see that. Of course, Coach Athy, you know, we talk about this every year, and I love the way he plays, so aggressive and, you know, coming after and make them make a play. You know, that's what they have to do. See if Framingham's going to punt out of this formation or if they're going to go for it.
Well, they could be doing what Westwood used to do, which is sort of show play, but then punt right from here. If your quarterback, yep, and they do. So Holliston didn't have anybody back to receive, so the ball's going to roll into Panther territory and finally come to a stop at the 35-yard line with 9:58 to go in the first half. Panthers leading 14-0. We'll see them on offense for the 3rd time tonight.
You know, Tom, you talked about what Westwood has done. Of course, Coach Manti is going to be in there. He's going to do a lot of stuff that they did with Westwood, and I hope he does, and I hope that Framingham gets to be as competitive as Westwood did. I think it really helps all the area sports if you have some strong sports in Framingham. And, you know, they've been down quite a bit for a few years here, and it would be nice to see him over the next 2 or 3 years build this team up to a team that has a shot of winning the Bay State League and maybe doing a little damage in the playoffs.
Well, as Coach Manti said, you know, it's a unique opportunity for him to coach one of only 24 Division I schools in Massachusetts. So, Benko on 1st down. Quick roll right. Fires the ball right on the numbers. Nice catch there by number 7, Brad Seymour. Close to a 1st down.
So we're seeing the weapons, Tom. We got Seymour, we got Armstrong, we got Nash, we got Quinn. You know, you're seeing the ball being spread around again. And once again, you know, this is one thing that Coach Kiley loves to do with his offense, just spread that around. Who are you going to cover? You know, and you can't double cover everybody.
Fake to Ibbotson. Benko keeps it himself, works his way along the 50-yard line and scoots out of bounds for about a 7-yard gain.
Nice call against a 3-man rush. And what happens is that their linebackers seem to be playing a little bit deep. They seem to be playing about 4.5 or 5 yards back. So, you know, that first contact doesn't occur until you're 3 or 4 yards over the line of scrimmage.
So Panthers pick up a 1st down at the Flyer 48. Number 15, junior running back Dwayne Fahey checks in for the Panthers. Steps to Benko's right. Benko hands it off to Fahey around the left side. He's got some room, but the ball popped out.
Holliston got it.
Just as he was accelerating, looked like a helmet got in there. But Holliston recovers, so under the better to be lucky than good. Well, good and lucky.
Yeah. Well, he
had the first down
yardage. The first down, that's right. He looked good running there. Looks like showed a lot of speed.
2nd down and 1. Yeah, he had some nice runs against Franklin in the scrimmage.
He really did, yeah.
Ibbotson back in to Benko's left. 2nd and 1. They try the same play to the right side. Ibbotson gets the first down and then a little bit more. Fights his way to the 35-yard line.
And the coaches are going to see when they see that play, one of the things they're going to look at is Ibbotson. His arm got tugged right away, and he kept that ball right in nice and tight. That's how you keep the ball in and not fumble. Did an excellent job. That's exactly how you carry the ball, and they're talking to about it right now. Nice work by Ibbotson.
So Panthers with a first down at the 36-yard line of the Flyers. 8:20 to go in the first half. Handoff to Fahey. Give it around the left side. And he is close to another Panther first down.
And they see something over there on the left-hand side, and especially they like Fahey going in that direction. And they get some strong blocking from that offensive line. In fact, this whole drive, the offensive line has done a nice job.
You know, we do like to talk about the offensive line blocking, but with this spread formation, you got to give a little tip of the hat to your wide receivers.
Absolutely. That downfield blocking is so important. You know, the great receivers, everyone talks about how many catches do you have. The great receivers are also great blockers.
Because all you have to do is you don't really need to take down the defensive player. You've got to distract him, keep him away from the play.
Yep.
But usually for a few seconds until that running back can get to the second level there.
But a lot of times you're doing it, you have to have the right timing, and you have to make sure that that the other player doesn't turn his back, and you got a block in the back or something. There is a little bit of an art to doing that downfield blocking. Nice call, Tom. That's exactly what you want to do is give those guys credit.
So after a flag on the play reduces that to a first down and 15, we've got a timeout on the field as the teams want to talk it over. 8:03 to go in the first half. Panthers leading 14-0. We'll take a break. All right, teams out of the timeout. 1st and 15 for Holliston. Armstrong and Seymour to the right of the formation. Nash and Quinn to the left. Seymour in motion. Handoff to him. He heads to the Flyer sideline. Flag flies from the way behind the play. Seymour looked like he had a gain of 8.
Gain of about 8 prior to the flag.
That was a good throw by the ref. We could see that
nice
flag.
Yeah, it's got a good arm. Check, see if he has any kids move to Holliston.
I missed the flag on the offside or the procedure, but man, I saw that one.
That would be my guess.
So we got a holding call against Holliston. And so we'll do first down again, this time from the 45-yard line of Framingham.
Well, you know, we call this a dress rehearsal or a practice game, whatever it is, but either way, coaches do not like to see these kind of penalties. Now, we get them out of the way here, and it's something, you know, they'll look at the films and they'll talk about it with the kids, and if you're going to make the mistake, you want to make it in this game, but you really don't like to see a lot of these mistakes being made, especially these downfield blocking mistakes, which is what I was talking about earlier, how tough it is to perform a downfield block.
So 1st and 19. Fahey moves to Benko's left. Fakes it to Quinn. Benko looking downfield, runs for the sideline, up the sideline. How did he sneak away? Looked like he was going to take the easy out, but he snuck up the sideline for a nice little gain.
That's what, earlier in the game, that's what we talked about. You know, he has that capability. He's very intelligent, very smart. He get over here to the outside of the running lane, right? And when he's over by the sideline, you can run all you want, because if you're going to get hit by one of these big Framingham guys, you just step out of bounds and you're nice and easy. Very nicely done. And a nice gain for Ryan Benko.
11-yard run makes it 2nd down and 8 Benko looks right, left, back to the right. He's got Quinn. About a 5-yard gain to the 30-yard line.
And that's trust. That's, again, I want to keep talking about what these guys did over the summer and everything. That's just trust that develops over the summer. Playing with Quinn was covered really well. A great job of coverage by the Framingham player. But, Brian Benko has that faith that if I get it to Quinn, he's going to catch the ball. It's not going to go to the other guy. He's going to take it away from him. And that's good to see that kind of trust this early in the season.
So 3rd down and 4. Handoff to Fahey. He's into the second level, pushes forward inside the 20 to the 15, and a nice run and a nice Panther first down.
And a nice call also, because Holliston's been throwing the ball, and, boom, they come back with that on the 3rd down.
So 1st and 10 from the 16. They go to Fahey again. Panther offensive line pushing Framingham back. Probably picked up 4 or 5. Let's see if they mark it. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
2nd down, 6.
Fake to Fahey. Benko looks into the end zone, fires, touchdown! Oh, knocked out. Right at the last second. Quinn with the ball, had it, was bringing it down, and took a big hit.
Boy, he did take a big hit. Shook it off and got right back up.
Play broken up by the Flyer defense.
But what a great play, and another great connection between Benko and Quinn.
Yeah, and Ryan had a few options there. He actually could have turned the corner and maybe even gotten the first down, but he saw Quinn open in the end zone and hit him perfectly with the ball, but the defender got there right afterwards and was able to knock the ball out of Kevin's hand.
Good clean hit.
Yep.
So 3rd down and 6, 5:43 to go here in the first half. Panthers lead 14-0 on the Ibbotson touchdown and Quinn touchdown. Benko a 10-yarder to him. This time they hand off to Fahey off the right side. He's going to be short of a first down. Actually only picked up 3, so 4th and 3.
Well, with 3 yards, there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can play anything in your playbook. And one thing we haven't seen yet tonight is the war offense either.
Armstrong and Seymour to the right, Quinn and Nash to the left. Fahey takes a step to Benko's left. Benko looks back right. Touchdown, Panthers! Is that ball, look, it went right through Seymour's hands and caught by Jake Armstrong.
If you look at this, when you see what Ryan Benko did, he just took a step back and looked, and he knew his receiver was going to be there. He was going to be far to the outside. He just took and whipped it, and the ball was thrown absolutely perfectly right in the breadbasket. Nice catch by Holliston, and they're up 20-0, pending the extra point here.
So an 18-yard strike by Benko to Armstrong.
Oh, another nice kick. No,
So the kick is no good, and with 4:52 to go in the first half, the Panthers leading the Flyers 20-0. Well, that was just that was just confidence all the way down the field by the Panther offense. They ran like 4 first downs in a row because of penalties, Jay.
Yeah.
But still couldn't put the douse the flames of that drive.
Yeah, you take away the penalties, and it would have been, the drive would have been over about 2 minutes earlier. But you get the penalties. Like I said, they don't like to see them. But if it's going to happen, have it happen now, so you can work with these kids and show them what to do. They also had this was the drive that hit the ball bounce out of Fahey's hand also too, right?
Right.
So they were able to recover that ball too.
So Panthers starting on all cylinders here in their preseason warm-up, 9th annual Joey Laracey Bowl. They're definitely doing it Joe's way tonight.
Yeah, Joe would be really proud of him tonight. You know, I give once again the Laracey family, we thank them for letting us honor Joe in this way.
Mulvaney's kick bounces at the 25.
Flyers will take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard.
Panthers try one of their pooch kicks. Well, the regular season starts next week, Friday night. Not
Friday
here
night.
at Comedian Field. We'll be down in Mohawk territory in Millis next Friday night at 7 o'clock to face the defending Super Bowl champion and
state
Tri-Valley
champions.
League small champion Millis Mohawks.
And they got they lost some really good talent, but boy, they got a lot of good talent back.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Flyers. Pitch to the right side. Gain of 3 before they're pushed back. Framingham starts next Friday night at home against plays Norwood. Norwood no, they're going to be home. They're going to be at Bowditch Field against Norwood Mustangs.
And here's the question: is that the last time they play Norwood?
It could be. It could be the last time they played Norwood as a Bay State League team. So second down and 7 for the Flyers.
Holliston shows blitz and then backs out. Fired pass over the middle, no good. Close coverage there by number 12. That's Anthony DeZindelet, the junior. Brother of Grace.
Yes, Holliston star girls basketball player.
Basketball, softball player.
Connor Mulvaney, number 30, comes in at linebacker for the Panthers. Third down and 7. Complete over the middle to the tight end and a first down. Number 82.
First down, Flyers.
That play's worked well twice now tonight.
Well, he's a big
Big-
target
he
and
is
has
big.
good hands, so keep the ball up.
First and 10, Framingham.
So first and 10 at their 46-yard line. 3:33 to go in the first half. Panthers leading 20-0. Hagebrook hit at the line. Panthers get that scrum pile and push it backwards.
Yeah, again, nice contained by Holliston, but nice job by the running back to put that foot down and cut back. He only picked up a couple, but he could have been tackled back in the in his backfield. So very nice job both on the offense and defense in that play.
So second down and 9. Down. Oh, Lamont had his hands up and broke up the play. Nice job of turning his hips and getting right in front of the receiver there.
Well, nice fake carried out by that quarterback that time. Did a nice job, and he looks pretty good handling the ball. And that throw, if that throw was lofted a little bit, Framingham might have 6 points on the board. But that's the thing, those are the things that Coach Manti will see, and he and his staff, and they'll fix those things, and you get into the Bay State League, and hopefully can, as I said earlier, hopefully can have a good record this year.
Back to pass over the middle, picked off. Number 7, Brad Seymour. Brad Seymour played center field for the Panthers this year. Their baseball team doing a great job. And he's playing center field as the free safety here for Holliston. He scooped up that ball.
Nice job. And they had the 3 defenders around the tight end at that time, and they're able to tip it a little bit, and Brad came down with the ball. The other thing was Holliston had a nice break going in on the quarterback. Just want to see when you get in his face like that, you want to get those hands up and make him, move his arm slot a little, close up those passing lanes a little by getting your hands up high, and they'll teach that. Coach Athey will see that on the films, and he'll say, next time you break into a quarterback like that, get those hands up high. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half.
Number 57, junior Sam Lynch comes in at guard for the Panthers. 2:33 to go in the first half. Panthers could run their 2-minute drill now. Benko goes deep. Intended for Nash, number 5. But nice coverage there by number 33 of the Flyers.
That was exceptional coverage right there. First of all, you got to stay in step to step with Nash. That's a heck of a thing to do. And he was right there with him, and he turned just at the right moment, too.
Right. He took away the inside.
He did.
If Nash had had the inside, he might have been able to break it off a little bit more.
Yeah, right, and go after the ball.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Panther 46. Also in the game, number 31, Topher Ryan, the sophomore, in at right tight end. Handoff to Fahey off the right side, puts his head down. And he is close to a Panther first down.
About a yard short, I think. I like it. I like the way he runs, though, Tom. He runs, he squares himself up, and he just keeps going forward like he's running downhill.
He puts the jets on as soon as he gets that ball. So 3rd down and 1. Clock running with 1:56 to go in the first half.
Dwayne Fahey's only a junior.
Benko fakes it to Fahey. Down the middle of the field. Caught by Quinn. Big hit, though, and the ball's on the ground. And what are they going to call? They are going to call that a turnover. The ball was a little in front of Quinn, and he had to go get it and exposed the ball a little bit. That's just a tough play. That's the 2nd tough hit he's taken by a Framingham Flyer defensive back.
Boy, he has taken a couple of tough hits, but I was going to say when he caught that ball, what a tremendous pitch and catch right there by both guys. And, you get hit like that. I mean, one of the things that Manti's teams have done, and we see it, we've seen it so many times, so many years, he teaches them to hit, and they hit hard.
So with the turnover, 1:28 to go, Flyers get the ball. Quarterback tucks and runs. Get out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:21. Framingham gets to try their own 2-minute drill.
And this is another thing, Tom, as you keep saying that, this is the game you want to try everything. And so that they get a chance to do this now against, a really good defense. It's going to help them down the road.
So 2nd down and 5. Fires right side, incomplete, low. Bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Which now gets a little bit interesting because if you hold them here, if incomplete pass will stop the clock, or maybe if they get a tackle in the backfield, Coach Kiley will stop the clock.
If they run the ball, Holliston will call timeout.
Yeah. This is interesting on both sides of the field right here. Let's see if they go. Let's see if Holliston comes with a blitz.
Also in at linebacker number 14, senior Jack Larch. And they do go to the run. Holliston stacks it up.
Run play stopped at the line of scrimmage. Number 50, Will Crowley in on
But Holliston takes a timeout to stop the clock with 59 seconds to go in the first half, leading 20-0. And it's just what we talked about, Jay. There's the opportunity to work on your 2-minute offense, or now your 59-second offense.
Well, and actually, it's also an opportunity for Holliston to work on the 2-minute defense. You know, they're one of the teams that really does a great job with the 2-minute defense by keeping your timeouts, using them, you know, very well. Clock management is something that, you know, that Coach Kiley and his staff over these last few years has just really done a sensational job with. And, you know, you get an extra touchdown here or there, it really helps you. Seymour's going back to receive the punt.
See if they can keep the ball inside the Flyer territory. Kick towards the sideline. Takes a little bit of a Holliston roll. They're going to get at their own 47-yard line with 48 seconds to go in the first half. And again, good time to practice positional football right now.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things here now. That you can obviously go for it deep if you want, but the other thing you can do is work the sidelines a little bit, get some, maybe if you, I don't know how many timeouts he has left, but if you got a couple timeouts left, you can work the middle of the field. But this is, as you said, Tom, you got to, you know, it's for the coaching staff to work the clock and understand what these kids can do, and it's for the kids. And once again, see how are they going to react when they're in a situation like this, because maybe down the road you might need this score with 48 seconds left in a half or at the end of a ball game.
Well, it's what Holliston does. They squeeze every second out of the clock, and we talked about it 2 years ago. They scored 13 straight times at the end of the half. Benko fires, caught by Armstrong. He heads towards the wide side of the field. Tries to turn the corner, and it smartly gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 35 seconds to go. Panthers are close to the red zone.
Okay, good pass, good catch, but more than anything, very intelligent to run all the way across the field and get out of bounds and stop that clock with 35 seconds left. Now you've got an opportunity where you can open up a lot of different things here because, you know, you're pretty close to the goal line.
So a nice 30-yard connection to Armstrong by Benko.
You know,
and it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Everyone calls the 20-yard line in the red zone. I think it used to be that way back in the day when you ran a lot, but with all the passing offenses today, I think the 30-yard line is really the red zone.
Benko with Ibbotson to his right, 3 receivers to the right. He rolls right, looks downfield, lets it go. Intercepted at the goal line by Framingham. And he's knocked out of bounds. So a turnover by the Panthers as they were knocking on the door. Give the Flyers the ball with 22 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think what Ryan liked to have that one back and loft it a little bit because Brad Seymour was down in the end zone basically by himself. And if he get that ball up in the air a little bit, you know, the interception wouldn't have happened and the ball would be sitting in Brad Seymour's hands.
Well, I guess that one on film you say, we ran the play exactly like we want to just get a little more air on it.
Yep, exactly.
Because if you want to miss, you want to miss to the back.
High, exactly. Miss high or miss to the back and miss out of bounds.
Right. The pass was on the nose, but that's one where you don't want to throw it perfectly. So we got a penalty on Framingham on the run back. That stops the 22 seconds, but it backs Framingham up. They're going to be on the 7. Well, Holliston had one takeaway earlier on the interception by Seymour. So turnabout's fair play right now if Framingham puts the ball in the air.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens.
The ball spotted at the 7-yard line. First down and goal to go for Holliston with 22 seconds remaining in the half.
Now, in this situation, Tom, I mean, you know, different coaches have different philosophies. My philosophy here is let's get downfield. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely the kind of game and situation we want to play wide open. You don't want to take a knee now.
No, you don't want to do that. You want to. want to get some play, maybe screens or something like that. If you think a screen pass will get you downfield.
Nice run by the quarterback. Picked up a few. Actually going to be gain of 7. Stop the clock with 16 seconds to go.
Well, he got himself a little room there, but I still say I think I would go a little more downfield.
I'm going to hand it off, but it's a fumble.
Holliston got the ball, I think.
Yep. And it is Panther ball with 9 seconds to go. That's why you got to play them all.
Yep.
There's no simple play or no guaranteed play in football.
I mean, in my mind, of course, he didn't want to just take a knee because Holliston keep calling timeouts, but you know, maybe just keep it in your quarterback's hands and let him run around a little bit. But we'll take it.
So the Panthers, with 9 seconds to go, first and goal from the 8.
You might be able to squeak 3 plays out of 9 seconds, depending on how they work out.
Well, it should have 2 anyway, and we've got a timeout by Framingham. So, Jay, I mean, I think you're gonna have to try to throw the ball in the end zone right here.
Yeah, you want to get it into the end zone, or if you're not in the end zone, you want to get it outside a little bit so you can get close enough to the end zone, but get the ball out to stop the clock quickly with it out of bounds. Again, I don't know how many timeouts.
How about this? You throw into the end zone on first down, and if you don't make it, then you try to change it up with a run. Spread it out.
Well, you're going to have, it's going to be, if you throw to the end zone here from where he is now, you're probably going to eat up 3 to 4 seconds. So another run there, a run could take 4 or 5 seconds. You could, but I think here you want to work on, you're saying to yourself, okay, we're in Lincoln Sudbury, and we're down by a touchdown here with 9 seconds left in the half, and in this place in the field, what do we want to do? What do we want the kids to have confidence in doing?
Right.
Now, the other thing is you want to read, and the coach always says this, we're going to take what the defense gives us, too. So let's see how far they play off the receivers.
First down.
Benko looks left. Out of the pocket, scrambles. Tries to turn it up, and he's out of bounds, but he's out of time. And so, despite the gain, Holliston not able to get off another play, and that brings us to the end of the first half in the 9th annual Joey Laracey preseason bowl, with the Panthers leading the Framingham Flyers 20-0. So the first half by the Panthers, Jay, right to script. First 3 offensive drives, 3 touchdowns. Didn't score in the 2-minute drill, but, hey, moved the ball and got a couple of shots at the end zone.
Yeah, they did a nice job, Tom, except for a few of the turnovers, a few penalties. And again, I think you're going to see that's all of the first team you're probably going to see. You're probably not going to see them too much more than this. And they may come out and run one series or something, but after that, they'll work the other kids in. Both teams will work their other kids in, because it's really important, especially as Holliston knows, to get these kids as much experience as they can, as quickly as they can.
And, the Panthers really work these first game jitters out. That's the great thing, Jay. Feel the energy when you get started, and then after a couple of series, it looked like both the offense and the defense getting very comfortable with the substitutions, moving in and out. Like you said, a couple of minor things to tweak, but got to give those coaches something to yell about on Saturday morning.
Absolutely. And sitting here at 20-0, they're pretty happy.
All right, we'll be back with Los and the halftime lowdown in just a moment. And now Los with the halftime lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Panthers in control of this one at the half, leading 20-0. 248 total yards for the Panthers, only 65 for the Flyers. Good job in the first half by that Panther defense. 155 yards passing for Holliston, 93 yards rushing. Brian Benko had a great first half, 12 of 17 for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Leading rusher is Ryan Benko. He's got 40 yards. But Dylan Ibbotson with a rushing touchdown. Kevin Quinn and Jake Armstrong have receiving touchdowns as well.
Thank you, Los. And Connor Mulvaney has it teed up at the 40 and kicks away as we're underway here in the second half. Flyers will start at the 30-yard line. I want to give a quick shout out to the Panther coaching staff. Head coach Todd Kiley, assistant head coach Jim Perry, defensive coordinator Paul Athey, defensive line coach Bob Murphy, backs coach Nick Stevens, and a new coach, a linebacker coach John Marshall, along with Joe Santos and Kevin Lamarck, who also handle the freshmen, Dan Kittredge, the film coordinator, Matt Baker, the athletic director, and Nicole Sigland, the athletic trainer.
And don't forget Andrea Murphy.
And Andrea Murphy, the president of Holliston
Nice
football.
Defense right there
And
by Holliston.
Sean Keast, number 22. The sophomore looking like his older brother, Justin Keast, with that sack.
We didn't get to talk to Justin, but he was here at the Franklin scrimmage. I was hoping to get to talk to him. But, boy, he did look like his brother in that. A nice job of coming across there and blitzing.
So loss of 10 on the play, second down and 20. Handoff up the middle. Pulled away at the last second. And number 72, Will Solaria said, hey.
He wanted that. He wanted the touchdown.
Well, what he really wanted.
Yeah,
he wanted the Matt Mealy Running Lineman Award from HCAT. He wanted to get his paws on that ball and head for the end zone. We've never had a winner that scored a touchdown.
No, never have.
So third down and 20 for the Flyers.
Got him again.
Panther rush is
there. What a great block.
And quarterback gets away, fired and intercepted. Let's see.
Yep.
And Cam Lamont, number 4, with the interception.
And what a tremendous block by I think it was a running back for Holliston. Had two guys back there. Had that quarterback was really going to get in the grasp really quickly, and somebody threw a block and really freed up two guys.
So the Panthers are going to have the short field with 9:25 to go in the third quarter with the ball on the Flyer 33-yard line.
You know, to get back to that coaching staff, of course, Kevin Lamarck, he has tremendous coming in here with tremendous
All-American
recommendation.
Kevin Lamarck.
All-American Division
at Alfred
III.
University. What an honor there.
Yeah, and you know, we talked to him a little bit, and of course we asked him if Coach Kiley's kind of picking his brain. And of course, Coach Kiley is so smart. You know, he'll go and he'll get any information wherever he can. So he does that as Holliston goes to war here.
Panthers line up with Armstrong on one side, and they pitch to number 3, Armstrong. Works his way off the right side.
Number 3, Armstrong on the carry.
Jake Armstrong with a gain of 7.
Looks like Henry Naughton's in a quarterback.
Number 2, Henry Naughton, a quarterback for the Panthers.
But and then of course the other new coach is John Marshall, and you know, Coach Marshall coached at Framingham, and when the Framingham staff got had left after last year, he was free, and Coach Kiley made a connection with him.
This time they go to number 12, Anthony DeZindelet. He's wrapped up. And at fullback, back in his own old spot with a different number 55, senior captain Alex Kelly.
Well, what that does is it gives you another tremendous blocker in there. And, Coach Perry was telling us yesterday, he said, because Alex was he showed the great blocking expertise in the war offense. That's one of the reasons why they thought about putting him at the guard for the offensive line this year.
Exactly. And we got O'Connell, number 8, and 31, Topher Ryan at the tight end spots. Third down and 2. Handoff is to Fahey, number 15. Cuts it up as he saw green, but he's got a first down and inside the 20-yard line.
I like the way he runs. I really do. I like the way he runs. He got a little bit of ahead of himself there, but he sees the openings and he goes for it. Looks like from here, the few times we've seen him run, looks like he reads his blocks very well also and follows them, waits, hesitates until the block opens up the running lane, and then he gets in there and gets the first down.
So 1st and 10. They go to Armstrong, right side. Gain of about 5.
And this is nothing new to Coach Manta. I mean, I'm sure he has taught the kids what to do when they get in there. The problem is it's the beginning of the season, the first game. You got so many things you're worried about, and now you got to worry about preparing for two different, totally different offenses.
So they give Armstrong a gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 as Naughton gets over center. Goes over to talk to Armstrong. Fake and inside handoff. So the fake pitch to Armstrong, inside handoff to number 8. Number 8? Matt O'Connell. That was Fahey with the ball. There he's just following O'Connell's block, excuse me. So first down, 1st and goal for Holliston. 6:27, clock is running here in the 3rd quarter. They're leading 20-0, but getting close to pay dirt here with the ball on the 5.
It's movement there by Holliston.
So that'll back it up.
See, again, it's not just that you make an error by making a penalty. It's where you do it, and sometimes it hurts a lot more than others. This is one of those instances where, you're down there at the 5 or 6 yard line, and you get a 5-yard penalty that moves you back.
Longer touchdown.
Yeah, well, we used to say that.
More
maybe it's true.
Still
we'll see.
should say it.
Yep. You're probably right, but we'll see.
So, Naughton over center. Armstrong on the left. He's in motion. They pitch to him off the right side behind Elliott's block. Looks like he's got the penalty back or close to it.
In those 3 words you just said, Tom, I think you hear a lot of behind Elliott's block. Scott Elliott is one of the 2 really dominant offensive linemen that are coming out of the Tri-Valley League this year, along with Pine down there in the Millis.
Yeah, running backs have just got to love it when they can put their free hand on the back of number 54, or soon to be 72, and follow him through the hole. So Armstrong on the left, Fahey on the right. Kelly as the fullback here. 2nd and goal from the 5. They hand it to Fahey on the inside. He's into the end zone, standing for a Panther touchdown.
Well, once again, it's that offensive line opening up those holes, and, Fahey reading it, taking his time, letting the play develop in front of him. Of course, you don't have a lot of time to let it develop in front of you because these are quick openers. But when it's there, he's able to react to it. Did a really nice job, and Holliston caps off with a touchdown run of about 4 or 5 yards?
5-yard touchdown run. So the Tomaselli snap, the Benko hold, and the Mulvaney kick, and it is 27-0. Holliston over Framingham after Dwayne Fahey's 5-yard run here to start off the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we talked about preparing for these 2 totally different offenses, and how you're going to do it. Well, one of the things that we've always talked about in the past, Tom, is trying to who do you put on your scout team who's going to be fast enough to approach the speed of Holliston. But the other thing is, spread offense, you might be able to get some guys here or there that can do something. But it takes a lot of practice to run this particular war offense. How do you get somebody, a scout team, to run this offense so that you can teach people what to do and where to go for this offense? You really don't have a lot of time with it. Now Coach Manti, because he has so much experience with it from Westwood over the last few years, playing us 2 and sometimes 3 times a year, he at least has some experience with it, but he probably doesn't have a lot of time to spend on that because he's got to prep his guys for next week too.
That's right. Well, the war offense is not completely uncommon in high school football. I mean, the spread is very common. Everybody using it all the time.
Right.
I just read the new Dover Sherburne coach is going to run the wing T. He feels like he's got a running team this year, and so he's going to put in a wing T offense. He actually played for Wellesley.
Oh, back
in the day. And here's the interesting, he played for Natick back in the day on one of the big Natick teams, and they were playing at Wellesley, and Wellesley had like no people in the stands. And yet the game was on the radio, and word got around town at halftime that Wellesley was in the game against Natick. So people are driving to the game, and the coach that won that game by running the wing T against Natick is now the assistant coach. He was retired, but now he's the assistant coach.
That's right. I did see that.
If you can't beat him,
yeah,
join him, hire him. Great
Absolutely.
story. So 1st and 10 for the Flyers on their own 30. Back to pass, knocked down.
Ooh. Played
And that
very
was David Harding, number 74,
Harding did
looking at pay dirt.
Yeah.
Like the guy from the Giants last night got one of those off of Brissett. Well, you get a putt, you knock it in the air, and
You never
you're
know.
gone.
Yep. They're going one way, you're going the other way. But, you run like the wing T and all that stuff, and if that's your base offense, okay, you can prepare for that. But what do you do here? You really have to prepare for both offenses. It's just really, really something. And the other thing is Holliston, you've got to be able to run extremely well both of those offenses, and they always have the personnel and the coaching staff to do that.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Flyers after the incompletion. And again, Chase from the pocket, throws it up in the air.
Oh, what a nice
and
shot.
Caught, but out of bounds. Good pressure there by Harding, 74. Also see that number 8, Matt O'Connell's in at defensive end up front.
David.
As well as number 15, Dwayne Fahey in at linebacker, and number 13, senior Evan Revendez.
David Harding, the sophomore, you don't see it at any level. You don't see that kind of pressure coming from that three-man line that much. A lot of times you get in there, you just want to control the run and this and that. And looks like he's down there on 3-point stance, and he's putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Number 10, Matt Tomaselli in at safety, along with number 25, Mitch Gimblett. 3rd down and 10.
He's in there again.
And they go over the middle. This time, Gimblett, a nice defensive play. Number 25 getting in front of the tight end, 82.
And Harding's in there again, and that time he kind of used a quick little move to the side. The blocker went with him. He just came around him. He had his hand out, too. Did a nice job. He almost hit that ball coming out there. So David Harding had a heck of a series at that set of downs.
A lot of pressure in the defensive backfield, in the offensive backfield by the Panthers. Gimblett, 25, drops back to get the punt. They're just going to let it roll. And it's going to come to a halt right at the 30-yard line with 3:46 to go in the third quarter. Panthers leading 27-0 over the Framingham Flyers.
Well, you look at the score, Tom, in Holliston, that offense, it's just been going up and down the field all night. But the big number, I think, here tonight is that 0 on the board. I think that, that this defense, I'm guessing that you have most of your practice time in the first week or two is going to be on offense, and because, with the skill positions, you got timing and this and that and everything else. But that defense, when they come out early in the season and they can play like this, and they're young, that just shows me there's a tremendous amount of athleticism there. And, again, the good coaching to put these guys in the right position to use that great athleticism and take advantage of what they see out there on the other team's offense.
Right. So number 10, Matt Tomaselli in at quarterback. He hands off to Ibbotson, who's hit right away and thrown backwards. No gain or a short loss. Well, Jay, while you were talking there about Panthers and their depth and athleticism, made me think of a question that you asked Coach Kiley. Got 2 undefeated freshman years, the last 2 years. So essentially your sophomore and your junior class here. How does that translate into wins? Yeah. And I think what you're seeing tonight is a lot of confidence
how it happens,
in young
right.
guys that are coming in and doing the job.
Yep.
Second down and 11.
If you want to know Coach Kiley's answer to that, you can
got a
watch
flag thrown complete to Topher Ryan, number 31.
Flag was thrown in the backfield here, so.
Flag on the play in the backfield.
We also have a running back, 27, and I do not have him on my roster sheet here.
Yeah, one of the things, I don't know if you explained this earlier, but tonight, obviously, well, you did. You talked about the buddy numbers night. So all the players all have different numbers. So when they put the roster together, they may have skipped somebody.
Oh, I think this could be a freshman.
That could be
late
too.
addition.
That could be too. We got here this afternoon, and the freshmen were out there practicing.
Second down.
The second down and 15 for Holliston. Tomaselli back. Fires over the middle. Oh! Looked like that one was close to connecting. Number 11, that's Billy Nash. Mike Nash's brother, the junior. Nice post pattern there. Tomaselli put it right up where he could get it. It was hard to tell if the defensive back was screening Nash there.
Well, there's so many things that have to go right for a pass play. I mean, Vince Lombardi said, when you throw the ball, 2 out of 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But in that particular situation, they did everything right except catch the ball, which may sound a little silly at first, but they'll get that timing down and be able to catch that ball. Billy would have been gone for a touchdown. Whoa.
Tomaselli thrown down for another loss. Panthers will have to punt for the first time tonight.
.150 left to go in the third quarter. Holliston up 27-0.
And the punter for the Panthers appears to be number 31, sophomore Topher Ryan.
Panthers in the punt formation. Number 31, Topher Ryan back to punt.
Well, sorry they have to punt, but you got to get all your specialty units out there. Nice snap. Ryan's kick, a strong one out to the 45.
45-yard line. Flyers will take over first and 10.
That was about a 30-yard kick. I mean, from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so that was good. And with 1:23 to go in the third quarter, Panthers leading 27-0. The Flyers will take over first and 10 from the Panther 45-yard line.
When you talk about the first time someone does something this season or this or that, or, you see this in a lot of athletes, what they'll say is, well, I was all excited until that first hit of the game or something. Well, that's what's good about this is that, Topher gets out there and gets to punt the ball. So, okay, now that's over. You're not just a rookie who's never done it before now. Now you're a kid who's done it in a varsity game. So, you can just get that out of your mind and just work on next time doing it even better, hopefully.
Right.
First down.
Fake handoff, and
great
there's
tackle.
number 8, Matt O'Connell in the backfield for the sack.
In the backfield by number 8, Matt O'Connell.
Number 70, Brendan Fedderson Jr. checks in.
Second down.
Matt O'Connell playing, looks like he's playing that tackle there outside, and he a little fake, and he was having none of it. He just came right in and did a nice job, and a nice form tackle too to bring the quarterback down.
Number 6, Ben Wolf in at defensive back. 2nd down and 12. Handoff. The big fullback of the Flyers picks up 3. 3rd down and 10.
See, and that's what that did. With Matt O'Connell, that tackle in the offensive backfield, they have a nice run, but it just gets them back to 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and short.
Number 35, Jack Randlett, comes in at safety. I see if there's any other new players out there.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter with the Panthers leading the Flyers 27-0, and it's time for This Week in the Tri-Valley League. Brought to you by Haba, raising money to support all Panther varsity sports. Get your spirit wear at the concession stand to support Panther Nation today. Well, it is the 9th annual Joey Laracey Bowl, and the Panthers have made that a hallmark since the 2009 season, which just, happened to be the first season, Super Bowl season, this great run that the Panthers have been on. And it's been 73-7 forever as they talk about Timmy O'Connell and Tim time, playing tough when things get down, and also playing things Joe's way or doing things Joe's way, whether it be at practice or on a game or off the field. Also want to talk about raising money for Haba, September 30th. Saturday.
Yeah, this is big. Listen up to this one.
1 to 5 p.m. down at Fisk General Store. The Holliston football history book that you've been hearing about is available. Going to be a signing down there by author Ken Dunn. Coach Tom Cato's going to be down there. HCAT will be down there, as well as some former players. And come down and check it out. $5 from every book is going to go to support Haba.
Yeah,
and all Panther sports.
I got my book and I started reading it, and it's big. There's a lot in there. It's really something. If you've ever played football for Holliston and know anyone that has, this book is a must-have.
Good rush by the Panthers, and Padgett, the Flyers quarterback, smartly gets out of bounds after a loss of 5 yards.
Yeah, September 30th, I said HCAT will be there. I would love to be there, but that day I'm going to Maine. My father.
You've got another book signing.
Yeah, my father up in Maine is going to be inducted into his high school Hall of Fame. And he's going to be 90 years old in March. And
that's great.
He's doing great, and he was a heck of an athlete up there. And they started this Hall of Fame about 7 years ago, and 4 or 5 people get in it, and he's in it. So I'll miss the book signing, but I will see Ken because I want Ken to sign my copy of the book.
Well, that'll be easy to make that happen. So 4th down and 15 for the Flyers. Framingham's going to go for it. Long pass. And flag flies. Well defended there. But looks like he might have got a hand on it.
Yeah.
That was Billy Nash, number 11.
Let's see what they call here.
Looked like good competition there, but
Coach Athey's out there. He just, I don't think he's complaining. He just wants to know what happened, but so we'll know what to work on. The only thing I could have seen was his hand.
Right, that's
might have come down against.
Well, they kind of reach out to find. Yeah. They reach out to find the offensive player.
Yeah, he might have held his hand and not allowed it to go up to make the catch. But that's all I could see out of it.
Well, it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Panther 34-yard line for Framingham. As Andrew Del Pont, the junior, comes in, number 21. That number 42, he loves running the ball. Puts his head down, and he's a bull in a china shop
he's
right there.
He's a good runner right there, and he had good balance. He's a big kid. He's got some size there. Looks like he's got some speed, and Looks like he's got some balance, too. He's going to be a load to handle.
Yeah, we don't have a Framingham roster, so can't.
Yeah, we wish we did, so we could give these kids names.
So 2nd down and 4 for Framingham. Pitch to number 42, and he drags a couple of Panthers for a few yards, gets close to a first down. Think he's a little short there, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're all around the ball. I mean, Holliston does a nice job getting around the ball, but you got to bring that guy down, and it's a tough thing to do. Of course, you got to get him low.
Also in up front for the Panthers, number 51, Lewis Barrett, Jr., number 63, Spencer Fetro, the sophomore. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
And they're in 2-down territory here, definitely.
Padgett fires, but hit. And the ball goes incomplete. Was that 14?
Yeah, broke right
14,
in there.
Jack Larch with the hit. And he came on the blitz quickly.
Very nicely done on that blitz. I don't know if the way it opened up, it looked like maybe his defensive lineman separated 2 offensive linemen somehow. He came flying through there.
He almost separated something on the Flyer quarterback.
Well, the Flyer quarterback got the ball off, and there was almost a great catch on the other end, but Holliston was defending it well.
So 4th down and 3 for the Flyers. Padgett fires over the middle, incomplete. And so Framingham will turn it over on downs to Holliston with 8:48 to go in the 4th quarter. Panthers leading 27-0.
Well, that was good job by that second unit for Holliston. It looks like both these defenses, these second unit defenses, have done a good job tonight in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Here, 8:48 left to go in the ball game. 27-0 Holliston, and I think the coaching staff's going to be very happy. They were very happy with the scrimmage they had with Natick. I'm sure they were very happy with Franklin. We didn't see the Natick scrimmage, but we were here for the Franklin scrimmage, and they looked very, very, very strong in that Franklin scrimmage. So these preseason games leading up to next week's game against Millis, the way it looks right now, they're in pretty good shape.
Some of the new linemen in there. Number 59, Ryan Cahill, sophomore. Number 78, sophomore Chris O'Connell. Number 74, David Harding. And new quarterback, number 26, Matt Arvanitis. Pass is incomplete, intended for O'Connell.
Now, we saw Matt in that scrimmage and Franklin scrimmage, and he came on. He really made stuff happen.
He's a playmaker.
Yep.
He was the quarterback for that undefeated freshman team last year. He went down with an injury, and actually Brian Gary took over and finished out the season for the Panthers. But I've heard Arvanitis is quite an athlete, and we saw it. We saw some really exciting plays. He ran for a long gain and a touchdown and a couple of touchdown passes.
He gets to the outside. He can throw the ball, but he can also run really well.
Handoff to number 27.
Oh,
and
nice
a nice move to the outside.
First down.
Finds some room up the sideline. He's got a Panther first down.
Very well done, and we wish we had his name.
I'm going to guess that he's a freshman. I don't know why, but
I hope so. We get 4 more years of him.
Also out there for the Panthers, number 56, sophomore Ryan Burchard. Number 44, sophomore Max Johnson, and at tight end. Jack Larch, number 14 at wide receiver. Arvanitis with the handoff to 27.
Wow, what a nice move he
And nice speed to the sidelines. Took nothing and turned it into a gain of 5 or 6.
I'll tell you what, if he was a freshman and he played for Tony Balomo last year for the 8th graders, Tony must have had a ball coaching him.
Right.
This kid is special. He's got a lot of speed, nice step.
Although he doesn't, I actually saw some couple of highlight films of the sophomores, and I don't remember another running back. I know they had Ibbotson was the one that would carry the ball a lot.
Well, they're talking to him down there, the coaching staff, and they're very happy with him.
And now in at running back number 43, sophomore Jake Wilcox. 2nd down and 4 for Holliston. 6:50 to go in the game. Panthers leading 27-0. Arvanitis fakes it to Wilcox, takes it himself, puts a shoulder down and gets a 1st down close to the Flyer 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, Tom, that athleticism that he has and the speed. He does a really nice job. When he gets to the outside, he's dangerous because, he's multidimensional out there. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can, lateral it back. He, does a really nice job. And, you start with Tony Balomo and these guys. We talked about it early in the 8th grade, and then you get Joey Santos and Tom Lebec, and now you got, Kevin Lamarck down there coaching the freshmen. You got kids up here that really know what they're doing. These are not just regular sophomores and juniors. These are kids who have really played a lot of ball and know how to play ball.
Arvanitis with the fake handoff. Rolls out. Fires. Complete. Let's see if they're going to call it.
No,
and they're going to say it hit the turf. Intended for Jack Larch, number 14. Well, got a little background on Matt Arvanitis. You might remember that name of Holliston lore. His brother, Brad Arvanitis, was a star goalie for the Panther hockey team. Took him to the playoffs many times. One of the top goalies in the state. He graduated Holliston, went to juniors, and now he is going to be the starting goalie at UMass Amherst this season, Division I.
Those Holliston.
So good luck.
Those Holliston kids that get up there at UMass, like, I'm drawing a blank now. Greg. Shoot, I should know. Anyway,
it's right on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Arvanitis intended for O'Connell, broken up.
But who went on to play in the NHL, and Holliston players who go to UMass to play hockey end up doing pretty well.
Yeah, I want to say, Greg begins with an M, right?
Malden, Greg Malden.
Greg Malden.
That's it, Greg Malden.
And then
Jeez,
Greer.
I'm sorry, Greg.
And then
yep.
And Greer was the other one.
Greg graduated with my son in 2001.
3rd down and 10 for Holliston.
Really, really super kid. Just, nicest kid, nicest family. And I was so happy when he made the NHL.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers. Arvanitis rolling out, looking downfield. Fires.
Complete.
Complete to O'Connell, number 8, and he's inbounds for a Panther 1st down. So Matt O'Connell with the nice catch, tiptoeing along the sidelines.
Very nicely done. But that's the thing with it, he put the ball in Arvanitis' hands, and right now good things are happening. 4.5 minutes left to go in this ball game.
Panthers driving. The ball's at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, well.
Little movement up front.
Movement on the Panthers.
Next week, Tom, we go to Millis, and that's followed up by a visit to Lincoln Sudbury, and then we go to Westwood. So we're away from here for about the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's the big thing with the schedule. We love being here at Comedian Field. The Panthers, with such a great record here at Comedian Field, they've only lost 6 games at home in the last 8 years. And there's number 27. Touchdown, Panthers!
Watch this run again. I hope we get this on replay. What a beautiful, beautiful run. A great, 2 really nice cuts.
I tell you, we got to find out who this young man is. Number 27, and he is in the end zone as the Panthers score with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the game.
What a great run. You know, not only had the nice cutting but the speed at the end to just blow everybody away and just pull away from everybody and get in the end zone. We have got to get his name.
And the Panther special team hustling to get out there. Mulvaney's kick very strong and right between the uprights. And with 3:25 to go in this game, the Panthers are well in control, 34-0. So the Panther, Matt Arvanitis, engineered that drive all the way from his own 30. And, a couple of rollouts.
The way
nice running.
You know the way this coaching staff thinks about that. They're gonna look at both these kids, Matt Arvanitis and, boy, I wish we had his name, number 27. But they're going to look at the 2 of these kids. They're going to say, what can we do on offense with these 2 kids? Where can we put them? You know, these kids are special. You know, you want to get these kids in the game at the varsity level.
Right.
But getting back to the schedule, yeah, we're away for 3 games, and then
I was just looking up that the Panthers have won 87% of their home games, 41-6. Is their record since 2009, which is quite an advantage. And yet they are going to have to be road warriors the first 3 weeks of the season. We mentioned next Friday at Millis against defending Super Bowl champs and are expected to repeat in Division 8 as Super Bowl champs. They've got 18 seniors back, as well as their quarterback and running back. So they are going to be tough to handle.
And one of the top linemen literally in the country.
Right. Kevin Pine, 6'8", 275 pounds. He is the number 2 recruit in the United States in that sophomore class.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. He's
like you said yesterday. Whoa, where are they getting these guys? Baker and him, and Baker, I think he's going to be the starting center at Boston College this year.
Right. And then the following week, the Panthers head up to Lincoln Sudbury for the first time in a long time. Nice run by number 1 of the Flyers.
And he is a flyer.
And he's putting on the Jets and not letting up. And there he goes, 70 yards for a touchdown with 2:54 to go. So the Flyers have an answer with a long touchdown of their own. 70 yards.
Yeah, well, nice run. What he did was he came up to go off tackle and he got a little bit outside of the end there, and there was no contain for Holliston. And with his speed, it was Katie by the door once he got around that left end. I got to get Katie by the door in for most of the games. So. I love that saying. I have no idea what it means.
That's right. So the Flyers will line up for the extra point attempt, but they're going to go for 2. They hand off to the running back.
Same kid.
And no gain on the play as the Panthers snuff that out. So 2:54 to go in the game. The Flyers are on the board. Panthers still well in control at 34-6.
This is a fun game. This whole game, right down to the end here, there's been a lot of action.
Now the Panthers, very exciting second half there. Well, a back-to-back touchdown. Well, touchdown and answering touchdown, what it is. But we were saying, going up to the Panthers' second week of the season, they got to go up to Lincoln Sudbury, face Tom Lopez, and his Hall of Fame Tom Lopez, 274 wins. What entering his 40th year of coaching, and he is still as solid as they come in putting together squads. Lincoln Sudbury, of course, in Division II. And last year, they had 2 losses, Holliston and Reading, which was in the Super Bowl, Division II Super Bowl semifinals.
You're right, and you're right.
You can't get any closer than that.
Holliston did beat them last year here, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And then the Tri-Valley League large season starts, and the Panthers head down to Westwood to face the Wolverines and their new head coach, Brad Pindell. So the last 8 years, it's either been Holliston or Westwood as the Tri-Valley League champ, and it looks like it's going to be year number 9. It's going to be whoever wins that game.
It really might be. Of course, you never know what's going to happen, but you look and see who these other teams have graduated and who they have coming back, and there are quite a few graduations last year from the Tri-Valley Lodge.
So three games on the road, and then finally the Panthers are back home for some home cooking on a Thursday night against Norton. And then the following week is Friday night against Medfield for homecoming.
Yeah, but that's a 6 o'clock start.
A 6 o'clock start. A bye week on October 13th, and then the 20th they'll round out the regular season with a game over in Hopkinton against the Hillers, and then it's the playoff time.
And if we have a little time here with 2.5 minutes left, we'll see. Why don't you talk a little bit about Holliston? Because now Holliston is in Division 5, and people may think that, they were in what were they in 3A last year?
Which was actually, no, they were in 3 last year.
3 last year, that's
which
what it
was like Division 5.
Right, because it was 1A, 2A, 3.
There's still 8 divisions. They just got rid of the A's. Yeah. Quick handoff goes nowhere.
In Holliston, in that.
And Jay, I'm seeing a bunch of numbers out here that 36, 62, 42. I don't have them on these. Got to be all freshmen.
Must be freshmen.
Yep.
They must be freshmen. But this Division 5 South that Holliston is in, I think, is the most competitive division. It is absolutely loaded.
Second down and 15. Another motion penalty to back them up.
Like you said, in this division, they have 2 former state champions, right? Last year.
Division 5 they're in. Now, Danny V. of the Herald, who we love and has been doing high school football forever.
We love him when he's good to us.
Well, preseason, he has the Panthers picked. Incomplete. Pass by number 36, intended for Billy Nash. But Danny V's been doing high school football in Massachusetts here for 30 years probably. He picked the Panthers preseason number 1 in Division 5 South, followed by Hanover, defending Super Bowl champ, followed by Falmouth, at a division up moving down into 5, defending Super Bowl champ, and then Dennis Yarmouth and Foxborough, Scituate.
I mean,
it goes on
loaded.
and on.
It is absolutely loaded. That
with some good programs.
I think and you could, if it's the best in the South, then it's certainly the best in the state because, the South divisions usually win the Super Bowls.
So the quarterback, 36, tucks it up, breaks the tackle.
Wow.
Breaks another tackle. Gets up the sidelines and crosses midfield and gets some high fives from those seniors down there on the end of the line. They love it.
Ryan Benko comes over and gives them a high five. These quarterbacks work together. They're working together all year long, and they know each other, and I think it's great. I think it's great when that's the brotherhood you're talking about.
Right.
Is that these guys really care for each other. They're really rooting for each other.
And I think that's going to be the last play of the game, and it is. So the 9th annual Laracey Bowl is won by the Panthers. Holliston beats Framingham 34-6. A complete victory for Holliston today, and saw first team do well, second team, and even finishing with this freshman sophomore group at the end looked well.
Yeah, very athletic, very fast. I think, again, like I said earlier, I think the coaches are going to be very, very pleased when they look at the films. But, you know, coaches always like to have something to talk about, right? You know, you've coached, right? So coaches like to have something to talk about. So they gave them a couple things to talk about here, but they'll take care of those. You know, a few little things here and there, a few turnovers, a few penalties, and get ready for the big game that starts next Friday night down in Millis.
And we'll be down there bringing you all the action this year. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter at HCAT Football, HCAT Football not .com, but HCAT Football. Follow us online at hcattv.org. Video on demand. You can watch the games or on Comcast 8 or on Verizon 32. Scoring summary for tonight. Sophomore Dylan Ibbotson went in from 4 yards out to start the scoring. Mulvaney with the good kick. Ryan Benko to Kevin Quinn from 10 yards out. Then Ryan Benko to Jake Armstrong from 18 yards. Dwayne Fahey started the second half with a 5-yard touchdown run. And then freshman number 27 went in from 20 yards out. Framingham returned with a 70-yard touchdown, and that's what got us to 34-6. So welcome 2017 football. Very exciting tonight. A great job here by the HCAT crew as we're just about ready for Los and the final lowdown.
All right. The final score from Committee and Field, Panthers win 34-6 over the Framingham Flyers. Pretty much Panthers were in control of this one from the start. 385 total yards of offense for the Panthers, 58 for the Flyers from Framingham. So a very dominant performance by this Panther defense. 175 yards passing for Holliston, 210 yards rushing for Holliston, only 51 yards passing, 7 yards rushing for Framingham. Ryan Benko, quarterback for the Panthers was 12-17 for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dwayne Fahey was the leading rusher on the evening for the Panthers, 59 yards on 8 carries, including a touchdown. Dylan Ibbotson also with a touchdown, and of course the mystery man, number 27, with that very breathtaking touchdown at the end of the game there. Kevin Quinn and Jake Armstrong collecting touchdowns through the air as well. Defensively for the Panthers, Will Crowley and Mitch Gimlett leading all tacklers. They had 3 apiece. Will Crowley also with a fumble recovery. Cam Lamont and Brad Seymour with interceptions as well. And for more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCAT Football. And that's the lowdown.
Thank you, Los. Great job tonight. And a great job by our HCAT team. Right, Jay?
Yeah, the HCAT team did a great job. They're out here in full force. First of all, we want to thank you, Los. I concur. You did a great job, as well as the voice of the Panthers, Andy Porter. But, boy, we had the whole crew out here tonight. Of course, starting with the lovely Lisa up on the camera upstairs, and Steve Hedrick down on the camera down on the field. Don Cronin and Bruce Guilfoyle were down in the truck for us tonight. We're trying to something a little bit new here. Maybe we'll have a little announcement coming up soon. And also a new guy, Christian Boudet, who was here to help us out up on the camera upstairs. So great job, Tom. You did a very nice job tonight getting us back here. You're already in midseason form. You're incredible. I don't know how you do it. but once again, final score: Holliston 34, Framingham 6. We'll see you next week down in Millis. Good night.
Good night, everybody.